Imagine you're living in a world that is literally rotting at the edges. There's this massive, terrifying wall of glowing white mist called the Veil, and everyone knows the rules. Stay away from the mist, or you're dead. But for Elara, the rules are different. She doesn't just fear the mist, she can feel it breathing, she can hear it calling her name. And the worst part? She has a secret in her fingertips that could either save her village or burn it to the ground. Elara is a local healer in the village of Oak Haven. She spends her days wearing thick leather gloves because her touch is complicated. She thinks she's cursed, but she's actually holding a power that hasn't been seen in 1,000 years. Prince Malachi is straight out of a dark fantasy nightmare. He's the prince of the unseen realm, the world inside the mist. He has shadows for a cape, eyes like flint, and a serious, I'm going to kill you before I kiss you energy. High Priestess Valerius leads the Order of Light, but she's the kind of villain who smiles while stabbing you in the back. She wants to tear the world apart just so she can rule the pieces. A long time ago, a goddess created the Veil to separate humans from monsters. On one side is Oak Haven, a human kingdom that is falling apart. On the other is the Unseen Realm. It's a place of magic, fae, and things that go bump in the night. But the Veil is breaking. A black shadow rot is leaking into the human world, killing crops and making people sick. Humans blame magic users, and magic users blame humans. Elara is caught in the middle because her healing magic is actually the same energy the Veil is made of. The story begins at a village festival where everything goes wrong. A soldier is dying, and Elara forgets the rules. She takes off her gloves and touches him. Instead of a small healing light, a massive shockwave of silver fire explodes from her, sending a signal straight through the Veil. Seconds later, the sky rips open and Prince Malachi drops out of the shadows like a nightmare. He doesn't say hello, he grabs Elara and drags her into the unseen realm, convinced she's either a spy or a weapon. Now, Elara is trapped in a world where the trees have teeth, and the prince looks at her like she's his next meal. But as they travel through the dark, beautiful forests, something shifts. Malachi realizes she isn't a threat. She's terrified of her own power. He sees she isn't a weapon, just a girl who has been told her whole life that she is a monster. Somewhere along the way, the tension begins to change. As they get closer to his capital, they uncover the truth. The Veil isn't just breaking, it's starving. It needs Veil fire to survive, and Elara is the only living source of it. She is the daughter of the Veil, the child of a goddess and a mortal man. This changes everything. Malachi's advisors demand her sacrifice to stabilize the barrier. Malachi refuses, realizing he has fallen for her, but time is running out. In the human world, High Priestess Valerius raises an army and marches toward the Edge of Silence, not to save the world, but to break it and steal its power. At the Edge of Silence, war erupts. Human soldiers, shadow wraiths, fire, chaos, and a screaming Veil tearing apart reality itself. Valerius captures Elara and begins draining her power to collapse the barrier. Malachi fights through everything in a frenzy to reach her. Just as the Veil begins to fall, Elara realizes she has a choice that isn't sacrifice or destruction. She remembers something Malachi once said, that shadows and light only make sense together. She reaches for him and merges her silver light with his darkness. It isn't destruction, it's union. The resulting explosion wipes out Valerius and her army, but instead of the world ending, the Veil transforms. It becomes a shimmering bridge between realms instead of a wall. The shadow rot disappears, and the world finally breathes again. Elara survives. She becomes the new guardian of the Veil, standing beside Malachi. Together, they reshape reality into something where humans and fae no longer have to live in fear of each other. The story ends with them looking out over a healed world, and for the first time, Elara feels like she belongs exactly where she is. Can you imagine being told your entire life that you're a curse, only to discover you're actually the heartbeat of the world? If you were Malachi, would you risk everything to save her, or play it safe? And do you think Elara made the right choice by merging both worlds instead of letting one fall?